there's been a lot of debates. We're going around the country showing the film now, and there's a lot of debate whether this is an anti-war movie or not. We like that debate. We like it so much that we don't really take a position on it. I think that it should be debated, it should be part of the conversation, and we're lucky enough to be part of the dialogue in somebody's life. That's fantastic. But you know, for us, our approach was not based retroactively on something this guy, this Vietnam vet, told me a few weeks ago that made total sense. He said, you know, there are really three positions about war. There's anti-war, there's pro-war, and there's in-war. And for us, we tried to make the film from the in-war perspective of the people who are associated with it or are taking part in it.
And I think a good indicator of the attitude is, you know, this list that you had in the end credits, that you know, people that we've lost, and it doesn't necessarily have to do with war or politics or anything else. So I think that's a good indicator right there. Anyway, sorry. Who's back there in the back there?
Thank you very much for an incredible film. I particularly like the kitchen scene, which I noticed was all one shot, and I was wondering if you could talk about whether you got lucky on that or how many takes it took. I can't imagine it was anything but a magical experience when you got that final take.
Well, we got lucky on a lot of things. That particular scene is two scenes actually. That on the day I decided, in talking with the cinematographer Bobby Bukowski, we decided to do it in one scene. It was partially a problem of time, but also just a certain mood that was created on set. And the basic rule was this: it was going to be, I mean, the scene is as written and performed by Ben Foster and Samantha Morton. It was a widow telling her story, and she was really kind of filling you in on pretty much the most developed character in the movie, which is the one who's absent. We get the entire story of his life in relationship to war and her. So I decided to shoot it in one take. With no cuts and no coverage. Basically, we didn't rehearse anything in the movie. So, and we shot every rehearsal. And the idea was just, you know, I talked to them about just going in there and working really hard on not kissing each other and not going far with where this relationship could go. And here's Mr. Woody Harrelson.
Woody Harrelson, ladies and gentlemen.
Telling them about the kitchen scene.
Here, you want to there we go.
Anyway, what you see in the movie is the rehearsal. We shot it 3 times. It got better technically, but not in terms of what is happening between them, which was spectacular from our perspective. And then I told him to go away. I just didn't want to cover it and pervert it with, you know, going to close-ups or anything like that. I felt like here's an opportunity to listen to a widow. To a war widow. We don't really get to do that very often. So let's be patient. It's a 9-minute take. She's spectacular to look at. Ben is listening to her in a sublime way and wants to eat her up and be in her life, and he's horrified by all of it. So, you know, it's just a moment of sitting with someone and giving them the time of day.
Yes, right here.
In all the notification scenes, it seemed like there was an interesting mix culturally and with the reactions. Was there thought in the writing process about what order that was going to go in, or was it shot kind of randomly and then put together later based on the reactions? Because I thought that was a really brilliant way how it started culturally and ended culturally, and then all the ones in between sort of had a really nice flow to it.
Yeah, we were very conscious of it, and the order that you see in the movie is the order that it was in the script. We never changed it because we shot it in a way that worked exactly like the script. We took some things out, but basically what you're seeing is what was written down plus some fantastic actors making up shit. And it's true. But you know, we were very aware of the demographics, and you know, this country, we have over 300 million people 2 million people in uniform, and they tend to be from particular places and particular backgrounds. And it was very important for us to reflect the demographics of the military and to mix it up and have just a sampling of particular groups that take part in the Army.
So in the writing process, was it, I mean, just curious, I mean, what was in the creative process in ordering culturally what was going into that? And I'm also interested, now that Woody's here, what was it like reacting to each different one, and how did that change with each notification?
I think there's something a little random about it. I mean, a lot of the original germs of it, came from Alessandro, but we didn't want it to have order to it. We didn't want to have like a really violent notification followed by a really quiet notification followed by a different. There wasn't a rhythm in that sense. We really wanted to every time to be sort of surprising and different. And in terms of just setting up Woody's answer is, he can tell you about how we threw them into these notifications, knowing very little about what's going to happen.
Yeah, first of all, apologies for being late. I have a good excuse. I was sound asleep. Anyway, yeah, it was fairly chaotic in the sense that it was really unpredictable, and we really didn't know who's going to open the door, will they let us in, when we get in, where do we stand. I thought it was a really smart way to shoot it on Oren's part, because it really, I think, gave a sense of believability, and there was a real spontaneity. Of course, we all had the same script, but there was still quite a lot of things that we didn't know how it would turn out. Maybe you get slapped. I thought it was kind of cool that way. Okay, my answer petered out, but still I'm talking.
Okay, who's next? There we go, right here.
On the note of acting, a question from Mr. Harrelson. I was wondering what some of the preparations like for this character. It was a wonderful job done. I was wondering what some of the things you thought of and research done to get you to the point of shooting.
Well, I have to give a lot of credit to Oren on this, because I was really, underprepared. I was doing another movie in Bucharest, and kind of came and we went straight into. Well, actually, we had a week before we started shooting, but he did clever things, like he had me go to Bucharest with the Army fatigues, and I would wear them around in Bucharest. People thought I was in the military or something. And he had me read a book, or Ben as well, but Things They Carry by Tim O'Brien, which was a pretty insightful book about someone who was in Vietnam, and just did various things like that to help me get mentally into the character, because by the time when I got there, I was feeling really underprepared, and so we met at a Penn Station, and then took a train up to D.C., and then went to Walter Reed and met with the soldiers, and we went to the place there where they have the national or I guess it's international, where the notification office, when the names come in, and then they send out the units, and we talk to those people, and there was a lot of ways like that to try to get into character. But one thing I used to do, which is kind of an odd thing, but I was running, while I was in Bucharest, I'd go out and run around this park, and I'd be kind of running, plodding along in my own kind of harmless way, and then I'd start thinking in terms of how Tony Stone would run, you know what I mean? And then I'd just pick up the pace and just become much more strong and confident, and I don't know, that's a tough question.